Hello folks, and welcome to a beautiful March morning in Ontario. Now before I say anything else, there's a very special person I want to say hello to this morning. Hi Peanut, it's Grampys. I love you, and Grampys and Grammys miss you so very much. And when this coughing and COVID is all behind us, we're going to come and visit you. I can't wait to give you a big hug and to go out in your back garden and play. I hope you enjoyed today's video, Peanut. I miss you, and I'll see you again soon. Obviously, our granddaughter doesn't live very close, but we sure miss her mother and her father and her very much. Well, you might be wondering, why am I standing by a couple of saw logs, or a couple of firewood logs, on the edge of a field? Well, that's because the last hitch I brought out when I was cutting and skidding in the bush, the cable parted right here. And I'm within 50 yards of where I processed the logs into firewood. So last weekend I fixed the cable on the skidder. I'll show you a little video clip of that. And today's first job, we're going to hook up these logs, skid them over to where they get processed into firewood. Then we're going to start up old Betsy and we're going to start making some firewood logs. Some pieces in this video for my granddaughter to give her a better understanding of what we're doing. So Peanut, this was a maple tree that Grampy cut down, and if you can see the dark part in here, it wasn't very healthy. So I took it out of the forest so the other trees could gain lots of water and sunshine and nutrients from the soil, and they could grow all the more. So we're going to cut this up into pieces called blocks, and then we're going to split them so we can burn them in our wood stove. And this is a chainsaw I bought when your mom was just a little tiny girl. This part of the video is for Peanut. Peanut, when Grandpa uses a chainsaw, I have to be very careful. The chain that does the cutting on the chainsaw is very sharp. And if it were to hit Grampy's leg, it might cut me. So I have special pants on that are made from material that will stop the chain from cutting me. I have special boots on. You'll notice I have my hard hat on. I have earmuffs to keep my ears safe. And I even have a screen to keep the sawdust out of my eyes. So let's cut another couple pieces. There we go, Peanut. This one log's cut up, and now we'll start on the next one. But before we do, I want to show you something on this log down here. Peanut, this is the reason Grampy cut this tree down. If you can see here, this tree got damaged. Probably another tree fell and tore a limb off, and it opened up this part here, and it never healed back. So there was no bark to protect the tree from the wind and the rain and the weather, and the tree, it rotted here and it became very weak. So in a big windstorm, the top of the tree might get blown over and break off. So Grampy's cut it down. And this was what the tree was like near the bottom. Also the tree was rotten. The only good wood was around the outside, so it was also very weak, and it probably would have blown down in a windstorm as well. Alright, let's go up there and start cutting up another log. guess what, Peanut? My chainsaw's out of gas. Grampy's has got to put some oil and gas in it. Oh, Peanut, it's turning into a beautiful day. There's a little bit of blue sky up in the clouds, and every once in a while the sun peeks through. It's so nice, and I can hear birds singing all around me. I don't know if you can see on this jug of oil, there's a piece of tape and it says Paul. And of course, that's Grampy's name. Well, Great Grammys gave me this for Christmas because for many, many, many years, her husband, Great Grampys, who we call Poppy, used to give Grampy's chainsaw oil for Christmas, and she's carried on the tradition. So we're going to use some of Great Grammy's chainsaw oil today. And Peanut, there's a story about this gas can. Many, many years ago, I took your mom with me when we had a big truck to pick up a machine in Ottawa. And when we got there and we tried to load it on our float, the machine was out of gas. So we went driving all over and we found a gas station and they sold Grampy's this can. And that was a long, long time ago. And I've always kept it and used it for chainsaw gas since then. Now I have a secret. Look what Grammys did for Grampy's. She made me a cup of coffee and she baked me one of my favorite muffins, a raisin bran muffin. So I'm going to have a little snack. Just like the chainsaw needed a drink of gas, Grampy's needs a drink of coffee and a muffin. I hope when I come and visit you, you'll bake muffins for Grampy's. I'll even help. That would be fun. Well, I think Grampy should get back to work, Peanut, so I'm going to finish my coffee and my muffin a little later. Here's the next piece of wood we're going to cut up, Peanut. And you know what? It's almost lunchtime and Grampy's is excited because I know we're having homemade sourdough bread for lunch. I think I'll cut this log up before I... It's lunchtime. All these rings here, Peanut, are the number of years that a tree is old. Every year a tree grows, it grows a new ring. So if we count from here to the middle of the tree, we can tell how old that tree is. Let's see if we can count them. That would be fun. It's really hard on the outside ones, and because this tree is very healthy, it grew really slowly from about here, but if we look here, the rings are much bigger. That means it had lots of water and sunlight, and it grew fast. This tree was this big when Grandpa was a baby. I would say from the middle of this tree to here, there's 121 rings. Wow, that was a long time ago that tree was a baby. Well, Grampy's better get back to work or we're not going to get any wood cut today. Peanut, the big trees that Grampys is cutting up for firewood are called sugar maple or hard maple trees. This log here, this small log, its proper name is hop hornbeam, but we kind of call it ironwood around here. And Grampys, I'm going to burn some of it for firewood, but I have a couple nice pieces that I'm going to save, and I'm going to use them to make handles for things out of, like a cant hook that I use for rolling logs. So I'm going to measure it, and then cut it off, and they'll throw it off to the side. Well, Peanut, Grampys is finished cutting wood for the day, and I've had a lot of fun. I hope you've enjoyed watching Grampys cut wood. Next, I'm going to put the bucket on the tractor, and I'm going to push those blocks and maybe these a little closer over there into a nice tidy pile. I look forward to the day when you're a big girl and maybe you can come and help Grampys cut wood, just like your mom used to. Why don't you ask your mom how much fun she used to have cutting wood? Well, folks, it's been a great day. Thanks so much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you again on Out of the House.